We lived here through Hurricane Sandy in 2012 when our house was destroyed. So we then went through the decision-making process of whether we should try to rebuild our home or move on from this property, and we decided to rebuild.
Phyllis and Andrew had a deep emotional tie to their project, their lot, and their home. They lived there for years and had great summers there. So it was extremely important that they had a positive experience completely, as well as a gorgeous home when we were finished.
We'd never done anything like that before. So the idea of building a house from scratch was kind of daunting.
We had been through so much in losing the house and rebuilding our budget for the house with insurance companies and litigation that we were very skeptical of people in general. And we really had strong feelings about the layout and what we wanted to have. And we spent quite a bit of time designing with the architect, and then our architect recommended several contractors in the area, and that's really how we got Robert's name.
At the end of the day, I spent probably an hour and a half at her home, helped her understand how we were responsible contractually for what I was delivering in terms of the square footage of the tile, the square footage of the hardwood. There was no hidden costs unless she actually changed something.
Even though his pricing wasn't the lowest pricing, his thought process was very substantive and very professional. And it was that, I think, fairness in our interaction with him initially that made us make the decision to go with Robert.
Like any client purchasing any product, people want to feel cared for, and they want to feel responded to, and they want to feel understood, just like I do.
Building the house is a much more enjoyable experience in a way than I ever thought it would or could be. And being able to kind of create something was incredibly fulfilling. And Robert was like the magician that brought that to life for us. And we're so proud of working with him and being able to create this with him, which is why we'd always recommend him to anybody. Like, he takes a tremendous amount of pride in what he does, you can tell right from the get-go. So he wants it to be a successful outcome as well.
When I think of a client, I think of them sitting home on a Sunday night after a long weekend. Perhaps they hadn't spoken to their builder on Friday at all, and they've paid this builder a great sum of money. And they're wondering, is this guy thinking about me right now? I put myself in that client's position all the time, wondering what they might be thinking about. What might be the next decision I can help them with?
So Robert was a tremendous asset in terms of helping us design our home. So even though we had the architectural blueprints, once we started working with Robert, he helped us make decisions that, we think were probably the best decisions we could make. And Robert was influential in almost having a designer help you build your house, which is not what I expected from the contractor. The architect had designed a very attractive exterior, which if we had gone ahead and used a different kind of siding, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish. And Robert really pushed us to get the cedar siding that we needed to get the architectural detail. And I really didn't understand that that was such an important decision until after I saw it. And that made a big difference in the way our house looks.
In spite of the fact that we're very creative people, we care, we're very passionate about our work, we have no ego as it relates to ideas. We're a vast pot of ideas that we've accumulated over literally hundreds of years of experience throughout the crew. And when that happens, we put those ideas out there. When they're rejected, we have no ego whatsoever. That's fine. If I suggest 100 things during the course of a project and you use one of them or two of them, we've been successful delivering those couple of things.
We met his team, particularly Norman and Mike, who are the best. Robert surrounded themselves with great people. That's how they become great leaders, and he has great people. And I think as we started to interact with them and work with them, that became a true partnership of the whole team.
And that was actually a surprise to us.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that when we hired Robert, we were getting such a solid team.
The entire team knows that excellence is the mark all the time. They never have to wonder what a client's attitude is or how particular a certain client is, because in every case, my standards are at or above that client's.
Robert does surround himself with the best subcontractors. And what's beneficial about that is when you have an electrician or a plumber or an HVAC subcontractor that's working on your home, they're there for you after the home is built. So I can continue to use those subcontractors who know my home, who've built my home, who are reliable, local professionals.
Sometimes Phyllis sends an email about a tweak or something that needs to happen, and can we get to it when we get a chance? And I'll have someone there that afternoon on the same day. makes her pretty happy, makes us feel really good, lets her know it wasn't about the money, it was about this relationship.
If you're looking for a contractor with that kind of a relationship, then Robert would be the kind of contractor that you want.